The major message of real Jesus is that God doesn't care about the humans and their groups and the power that they have to affirm the rightness of themselves and their groups. It's as true now as it was in the time of real Jesus, when real Jesus walked the earth. And I say real Jesus because I'm talking about the Jesus that nobody liked. I'm talking about the Jesus that the humans rejected, not the one that was made up afterward in the centuries that followed. The love God who accepted everyone and wanted everyone to come to Him, who wanted the whole world to be saved, who wanted the whole world to believe in Him, which is flat out against what the Scriptures say, what the words that have been preserved actually say about Him. He didn't want the world to believe in Him. He told the humans riddles so they couldn't figure out what He was saying, because He was really saying it to those 12 people who were particular and chosen to hear what He had to actually say, the secret, the utter mysterious secret that He was teaching. It wasn't for the people. It was for a tiny little group. 12 guys as opposed to millions who lived in the area, who lived in this Israel. The Israel who collectively assumed they were right and good and favored by God because they had the law of Moses. Because they had once been chosen by God to be a particular people. Once. So they felt that their Israelness is Israelite heritage, Hebrew ability, was something special to God. And they held on to that because they agreed. And they were kind of arrogant in that way. And they were biased against anything that didn't agree with them. And that is one of the most foundational points of the message of real Jesus. It's about true psychology, what's really in the humans, what really happens all the time right now, just like it happened then. That real Jesus did not agree with the humans and what they had already decided in their hearts. They wanted to believe because they had already decided that the way they agreed was best, that Israel and being an Israelite was best, was the only way to be. And that's what they looked for in their Messiah, someone who would agree with them. It's such an important part of the message, the psychology of the animal, and the wickedness, the evil of the animal that's built right into it. That's what you can see in the story. That's what you can see in yourself right now. That's why it's pertinent. Because it isn't some abstract story that we can agree upholds our biased view of ourselves, individually and collectively. It's not a story by which we can strengthen that stronghold of agreement that we have, that our group is best. Whether it's Christian, a particular type of Christian, Christadelphian, Jew, Muslim, Hindu, American, European, the group that you think is best because you belong to it is just that. It's not better or worse. It's just the same as any other thing. But it's the power of the psychology within the human animal, individually and collectively, that makes it something different than just that. It gives it a real power. And that real power is the message that is contained within the Gospels, that the people bound themselves to the idea that they were favored because they were Israelites, because they had this law, which became nothing, because it only existed, and the power of its the power that it had for them was only in their agreement that it was something good and something special. They used it to strengthen that agreement. They didn't use it for its purpose. It's over and over and over. That's what's seen. You're corrupt because you're not using this law for the purpose it was intended. You're using it for your own gain. You're shepherds who lack understanding. You seek your own will and purpose to be accomplished, and you're using this thing that was meant for good for your own evil will. That's what's done in all of the religions, all of the groups who claim that their group is more special, more better. They're using the words for their own good, individually and collectively, to strengthen that agreement that will give them the hope that they are better because they're a member of this group. And how does that agreement even exist? By the very thing that is its name, agreeing with the others that it's all true. There is no genuineness in it. There is nothing. It's the same as every other kind of group that man attempts to form. It has nothing to do with God.